Welcome to PreMath. In this video, we have got these three blue line segments fully confined in a quarter circle, as you can see in this diagram, such that this line segment CD is 16, this line segment DE is 12, and this line segment AE is represented by lowercase a. And furthermore, this angle CDE is 60 degrees. And now our task is to find the value of this lowercase a. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe. Please keep in mind that this figure may not be 100% true to the scale. Let's go ahead and get started. And here's our very first step. In order to make our job easier, I have drawn this perpendicular MN that passes through this point E, as you can see in this diagram, and as a result we got these two right triangle DME and this another right triangle ANE. And now let's focus on this right triangle DME. We know that this angle is 60 degrees and this angle is 90 degrees, and we know that the sum of the angles in any triangle is 180 degrees. So therefore this angle has got to be 30 degrees. And now we can see that this is our special 30, 60, 90 triangle, and I have just copied it down over here. And in this triangle, this 30 degrees is our smallest angle. So the leg opposite to that angle is going to be our smallest leg. And now this is our largest angle. So the side opposite to this one is going to be our largest leg. And in such kind of triangle, this largest leg is twice the smallest leg. If the smallest leg is 1 unit, then the largest leg is going to be 2. And this third leg is going to be square root of 3. And in our case, since this DE is 12 units and I have copied it down, DE is 12, then this smallest leg is going to be half of that one, is going to be 6, and this third leg is going to be 6 times square root of 3. So therefore our this side, this is the smallest leg, is going to be 6, and this third side is going to be 6 times square root of 3, since we have this largest leg is 12. And here's our next step. Let's focus on this another right triangle ANE. And we know that this whole straight angle is 180 degrees. This angle is 30 degrees. This angle is 90 degrees. So therefore this angle is going to be 60 degrees. And we know that this angle is 90 degrees. So therefore this angle has got to be 30 degrees. So therefore we can see that this is once again our 30, 60, 90 special triangle. And here I have copied down this right triangle ANE. And let's assume that our smallest leg is x units. Then our largest leg is going to be 2 times x. And this third leg is going to be x times square root of 3, since we are dealing with this special triangle. So therefore here we can see our smallest leg is x, our largest leg is 2x, and this third leg is going to be x times square root of 3. And here's our next step. Let's go ahead and make an observation. We know that this whole side length CD is 16. This tiny side length DM is 6. So therefore our this side length MC is going to be 16 minus 6 is going to give us 10 units. And now we can see that this is our rectangle NOCM. If this side is 10 units, then this side length is going to be 10 units as well. So therefore we can see that this whole side length AO is going to be x times square root of 3 plus 10. So that is going to give us 10 plus x times square root of 3. And we can see that this AO is also the radius of this quarter circle. So therefore our radius for this quarter circle is going to be 10 plus x times square root of 3. And now let's make an observation on this vertical side. We can see that this mn length is going to be sum of these two individual lengths, 6 times square root of 3 plus x. So therefore I can write this x plus 6 times square root of 3. And since we are dealing with this rectangle, so therefore this side length OC is going to be x plus 6 times square root of 3 as well. And here's our next step. I have connected this center O with this point D, as you can see over here. And we can see that this OD is also our radius, and we know our radius is 10 plus x times square root of 3. So therefore our this radius is going to be 10 plus x times square root of 3 as well. And now let's focus on this right triangle OCD, whose side lengths are 16, x plus 6 times square root of 3 and 10 plus x times square root of 3. Now we are going to apply the Pythagorean theorem on this one. And here's our Pythagorean theorem: a square plus b square equal to c square. Let me go ahead and call this longest leg as our side C. I'm going to call this side A and this side lowercase b. Let's go ahead and fill in the blanks in this formula. So 16, A is our 16, so this becomes 16 square plus b in our case is x plus 6 times square root of 3 whole square equal to c in our case is 10 plus x times square root of 3 whole square. Now let's go ahead and simplify. 16 square is going to give us 256 plus, and let's call this famous identity: a plus b whole square could be written as a square plus 2ab plus b square. I'm going to apply it on this binomial and this binomial as well. So therefore this side is going to give us x square plus 12x times square root of 3 plus 6 square is 36 times 3 is going to give us 108 equals to, on the right hand side, that is going to give us 100 plus 20 times x times square root of 3 plus 3x square. And here in this next step I have combined this 256 and 108 gives us 364, and the rest is same. And here's our next step. I have subtracted 364 x square and 12x times square root of 3 on both sides. As you can see, we can see that this is gone, this is gone, this is gone. So therefore on this side this is going to give us 2x square plus 8x times square root of 3 minus 264 equal to 0. And now we can see we can divide all these terms by 2. So let me go ahead and divide across the board by 2 to make things simple. As you can see in this next step, after this division, we ended up with x square plus 4x times square root of 3 minus 132 equal to 0. And now we can see that this is our quadratic question, and we are going to solve it by using the quadratic formula. And here's our well-known quadratic formula. And here we can see our coefficients. A is 1, b is 4 times square root of 3, and our constant c is negative 132. So let's go ahead and fill in the blanks in this quadratic formula. So x is going to be equal to minus b, means that's going to give us negative 4 times square root of 3 plus r minus square root of 4 times square root of 3 whole square minus 4 times a is 1 and c is negative 132 all over 2 times a is 1. And here are our next steps, and we can see that we ended up with this square root of 576. That is going to give us 24 over here. So therefore in this step our x value turns out to be negative 4 times square root of 3 plus or minus 24 all over this 2. And here's our next step. I can split this part. I can write negative 4 times square root of 3 divided by 2 and plus or minus another fraction 24 by 2 as well. And here if we can simplify this one, that is going to give us negative 2 times square root of 3, and here 24 divided by 2 is going to give us 12 in this next step. And now let's go ahead and split these two signs, positive and negative. So if we use the plus sign, so x is going to give us negative 2 times square root of 3 plus 12, and the other part x is going to be negative 2 times the square root of 3 minus 12. Here I use a positive sign and here I use a minus sign. And here we can see that x is going to give us a negative value, and since x represents the side length, so it cannot be negative. So therefore we are going to reject this negative value and we are going to accept this one. And this could be rearranged. I can write x equal to, I'm going to write 12 first and then minus 2 times square root of 3. And now we know that we are looking for the value of a, and a equals to 2 times x. So therefore I'm going to multiply this equation both sides by 2. So 2x is going to be equal to 2 times 12 minus 2 times square root of 3. And now we know that a equals to 2 times x. So I'm going to replace this 2x by a. So therefore this is going to give us a equals to, let's go ahead and distribute, that's going to give us 24 minus 4 times square root of 3. So thus our a value turns out to be 24 minus 4 times square root of 3. And here's our a value, and this a value is approximately equal to 17.07 units. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more exciting videos. Bye.